I've spent over 400 hours topside in Arc Raiders, with over 100 solo encounters against the Matriarch. This isn't a speed kill guide. This is an endgame PvE guide on how to engage the Matriarch profitably. Whether that means a full kill or selectively farming leg armor and extracting safely. Jumping straight into my preferred loadout, at least a medium shield is strongly recommended. And I like the Survivor Augment for the 3 safe pocket slots and heavier load you can carry without being over cucumbered. And of course, in case you get downed, you'll still have a chance of making it out alive. Your primary weapon should be whatever you're most comfortable with, because this is not the time to try out a new personality. Something that can deal with both smaller arcs as well as any surprise PvP you encounter. I typically run a Venator or Renegade or sometimes the Anvil. As for the Matriarch itself and for heavy arcs, you want reliable armor damage. Something like the Bettina works well, though my favorite weapon here is either the Hull Cracker or the Equalizer. A Philion is decent too, though I wouldn't recommend the Jupiter because it breaks easily and the fire rate is kinda slow. If you're on a tight budget, the Anvil is a decent choice. For ammo, 4 to 6 stacks of energy clips or launcher ammo is enough for all 12 leg armors. If you're running Bettina, plan for 8 to 10 stacks of heavy ammo, since each leg takes about 1 to 2 max, and you'll need some extra for the other arcs. Make sure to bring along plenty of heals and consider bringing a backup shield in case your main one breaks halfway through, which it often will. Think of the backup shield like a spare tire. You don't plan to use it, but you'll be very happy it's there. To improve survivability, a photoelectric cloak can oftentimes save you in a pinch, and for mobility, I typically bring a snap hook and 3 zip lines, which help greatly with repositioning and looting the Matriarch reactors. Also consider bringing some grenades, such as wolf packs or trailblazers for the other high threat arcs like the Rocketeers and Bastions. You'll encounter the Matriarch on 3 maps: Dam Battlegrounds, Spaceport, and Blue Gate. Each map has good and bad places to take the fight, and when you're solo, your vantage point can decide whether you make it out alive. The goal is simple: cover, control, and an exit. On Spaceport, my preferred vantage points are the launch towers, Control Tower A6, or the small buildings and underground entrances near the control hatch. These spots offer good cover or elevation, and the control hatch area works especially well for farming leg armor. On Blue Gate, I usually fight from the warehouse complex, since it has multiple entrances and plenty of cover. Another option is the head house, which provides good overhead cover but leaves your back exposed. I typically only use this spot if there are other friendly raiders nearby. A popular option here is the reinforced reception, but I personally avoid it. It has a single choke point and is usually crowded, which often results in arcs surrounding the building and limiting your escape options. Finally, Dam Battlegrounds, which in my opinion is the hardest map to fight the Matriarch on. There's limited space and very little safe cover near the Matriarch's spawn. I usually position myself either at the water towers or the electrical substation. Both are relatively close to good old Baron's Hatch, which is huge if things go south. The Matriarch has 4 abilities and 2 attacks. It can deploy green gas canisters that drain stamina, flashbang canisters that blind and stun you if you're in line of sight, a blue energy shield that blocks incoming projectiles, and it can summon additional arcs. Its direct attacks are homing missiles, and a leg stomp if you get too close. Before you begin, ping the nearest extract or hatch so you know where to crawl to if you get downed, and drop a defib or 2 nearby so other raiders can get you back up if needed. Future you will be very grateful. Now, let's talk strategy. The first time you damage the Matriarch, it will call in her children, summoning and pulling all nearby arcs toward the attacker's location. Ideally, let someone else start the fight, so that the Matriarch summons arcs to their location, not yours. This is called outsourcing and it's very efficient. Similar to fighting the Queen, if there are many other raiders also fighting the Matriarch, you'll want to focus on taking out the front faceplates first, so that others can get direct hits at the core ASAP. Otherwise, if you're the only one fighting the Matriarch, save ammo and time and focus just on taking down the leg armors. Wait until the Matriarch is near your location before taking out leg armors, then try to loot them immediately when they drop mid-fight, so you don't lose out on the goop to other raiders. Sharing is nice, but this is not one of those times. Just make sure to watch out for other nearby arcs, especially the mini-bosses. If you're looking to deal heavy burst damage to the Matriarch, such as for trials, nothing is more effective than using deadlines on its core. It takes 7 deadlines to fully kill the Matriarch, assuming no one else has damaged it. To do this, you'll need a snap hook to get on top of her. First, destroy the top armor plating to expose the core. Placing a deadline on the armor will only deal half damage, so breaking this plate is essential. A full magazine from a Torrente with extended Mag 3 is enough to break it. If you're using a hull cracker for this step, be careful. shooting directly beneath your feet can cause self-damage from splash. Once the core is exposed, you'll have enough time to place up to 2 deadlines and disengage safely. I recommend not standing directly on the core. Instead, stand on the armor plating around it, which gives you a little extra time to escape without wasting seconds vaulting or jumping, something that can easily be the difference between getting out clean or going down. For the core loot, timing and positioning are crucial. Get as close as safely possible when the Matriarch is on fire, and once it goes down, use your snap hook or zipline to get as close as possible to its center. You can even stand right under it so the core drops right onto you. Watch the terrain as well, because if there's a slope, the core will roll downhill, so position yourself accordingly. The Matriarch is one of the hardest solo PvE fights in Arc Raiders, but with the right prep, strategy and timing, it's absolutely farmable, and you'll be able to consistently get out with 100 to 200,000 profit every raid. If this helped, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. I'll see you topside, hopefully alive.